We are going to be talking about lesson 10, making histograms. Okay, so we're talking about making histograms. So we're going to be looking at a clear and concise way on how to create and make histograms. All right. So our objective for the day is going to be students will understand that a histogram represents observations grouped into bins, okay? And that bars are drawn to show how many observations, or also known as what proportion of the observations, lie in each bin, rather than representing individual observations as in a dot plot. So with a dot plot, we put dots to represent each individual observation. With a histogram, we are not representing each individual observation, but we are representing groups of observation based on a bar, okay? So the essential concepts, okay, the essential concepts for today is that a histogram can be created through the use of an algorithm. Now, an algorithm is just a set of a step-by-step rule system, okay? Now, we can create histograms based on an algorithm, okay? We will be using, the distributions displayed in a histogram can be classified, okay, using the technical terms for shapes of distribution. So we'll be learning that a little bit more in lesson 11. Learning to describe routine tasks through an algorithm is an important component of computational thinking. And let me explain why computational thinking is very, very important. Computational thinking is a way of thinking that is like step by step. You do this, then you do this, then you do that, then you do that. Okay. And it's important that we understand and hone in our skills for computational thinking, because when it comes to using RStudio for our programming, we're going to have to be very specific with how we tell the program to do something and the steps in which we tell the program to do something. Okay, the program is not a person, so you literally need to tell it every minor detail of what needs to be done, okay? So we're gonna start exploring that today. Now, I want you guys to think about this. In the chat, okay, in the chat, you are going to tell me how to make a sandwich, okay? So we're gonna be working on giving clear, concise instructions to others because it's an important skill for you to learn. So I want you to tell me how to make a sandwich, and I want you to take care, so pay attention to using descriptive language or vocabulary, okay? I want you to communicate ideas, recognize the steps in the process, recognize the importance of the use of clear language, okay? So in the chat, you are going to tell me how to make a sandwich. Try not to hit enter. Oh, we did learn something interesting, guys. If you want to go to the next line in our typing, in our chat box, if you hold down shift and then hit enter, it allows you to go to the next line without sending your message. So shift enter. So you have to hold down shift and hit enter, okay? But Valerie, you tell me the type of sandwich. We're not specifying that right now. Hold down shift and then hit enter, and it should take you to the next line. So if I say hi, and then, see, Valerie did it, or I think she did it, at least. Shift, enter, hi again, shift, enter, hi again. See, I did it. Are you holding down shift and then hit it like so? You have to have shift hold down and then hit enter. So at the same time, hold down shift and hit enter. Interesting. Are you guys on Chromebooks? Oh, maybe that's why. Gosh dang it. What? Chromebooks irritate me. All right. Either way, guys, try not to hit enter. Just number them continuously and go through like that. Okay. But let's get back to the task at hand. Tell me how to make a sandwich. Make it clear, concise, direct, detailed instructions. I'm going to wait for it to hear, please. And then also make sure you're sending it to everyone. Okay, make sure it's sent to everyone, not privately. Okay.
Miss K, I'm gonna scream. I keep pressing it on accident.
You keep what?
I keep pressing enter on accident.
It's
I'm trying
okay. Just continue. Don't retype it. Just continue. I see that you got up to the salt your tomatoes. Okay. Okay. So I'm seeing a lot of your responses. Okay, let's see. Sarai, we're doing any sandwich you want to do. Okay, so I hope you guys are reading. So some of these are much more specific than others, right? Some of these are incredible, like much more specific than others. So what you have to realize is how specific that they are. So those of you that are saying get 2 slices of bread, that's good. It's specific. Okay. Now, but then you go into saying something like put the mayo on the bread, right? Put the mayo on the bread. How? If this is my bucket of mayo and here's my bread, I just put the mayo on the bread, right? That's, I put the mayo on the bread. That's mayo on the bread, right? Okay. So is that specific enough? How do I put the mayo on the bread? Okay. And then you tell me, put the slices of ham where? Spread. Okay, so Chris even got specific. Spread mayo on the bread. With what, Chris? So now you're a little bit more specific, right? You're telling me literally spread the mayo. So do I take the mayo and do this on the bread? Spread the mayo on the bread. How am I spreading the mayo on the bread? Right? I don't know. I've never made a sandwich before. Spread the mayo with a knife or spoon onto the bread. That makes sense. Okay, so I need a knife or a spoon. So how do I get the mayo on the knife or spoon? How do I get them? You scoop it. Okay. Out of the mayo, right? Scoop it out of the mayo. Spread the mayo on the bread. So do you get what I mean when I say you need to be specific? Right? You like, and you're probably thinking like Miss K. I mean, it's common sense, right? And true, we've all made sandwiches before. We've all made sandwiches. Yes, Maddie, twist the lid on the mayo left to open the mayo. Dip your knife or spoon in to spread it on the bread. I would even go even more specific. Dip the knife or spoon into the mayo. Take it out. Take it to the bread. Spread it on the bread. Right? Yes. Valerie, perfect. I sound like a robot. Because guess what? When we are in our studio, guess who we are giving directions to? We are giving directions to the computer, to a robot. Therefore, we need to be very specific for the robot. Okay? If you want to make a histogram, you need to tell the robot which data. You need to define the data. You need to tell it exactly which variables to use to make a histogram. It needs to be so specific and in order for the program, for the robot to understand it. Okay. Many of you guys were saying, get the stuff out that you need. Well, what stuff do I need? I don't know what stuff I need. I've never made a sandwich before. What stuff do I need? Okay, you need bread. Okay, what kind of bread? Do I need loaves of bread? Do I need the buns of bread? Do I need sliced bread? What do I need? Okay, sliced bread. Get your sliced bread. Okay, I get the sliced bread. It's in a bag. What do I do? Open the bag. Okay, open the bag. Open the bag of sliced bread. Take out 2 slices of bread. Taking out 2 slices of bread. Place the 2 slices of bread next to each other flat on the surface. Okay. Right? Take out your ingredients, or not even take out your ingredients. Take out the mayonnaise, the mustard, the meat, or a cup. How many slices of meat? Right? How many slices of cheese? How much lettuce? Are you how much tomato? You guys start telling me to put the tomato on the sandwich. Am I gonna put an entire tomato on the sandwich? Or slice up the tomato. Take 1 slice of the tomato, put it on the sandwich. Very specific, methodical. very step by step. It needs to be literally a step-by-step process, right? Just like a recipe. When you follow a recipe, it is a step-by-step process. There really isn't a lot of wiggle room, especially if it's a very intense recipe, right? Which with our studio, it's going to be a very intense recipe. If you're gonna make macarons and you do not fluff that egg white to a point where it'll reach a peak or whatever it needs to be, well, guess what? All your work, null and void. Can't use it anymore. If you mess up a souffle, oof. Very specific directions. If you don't fold in that meringue the way you're supposed to, done, kaput. So very specific step-by-step directions, all right? Okay, good job, guys. Very, you guys made me hungry now. It's almost lunchtime. Oh, man. Whew. All right, so let's take this out. Let's take out our notes, okay? So we want precise instructions for any process, okay? So precise instructions for any process are like a formula to follow in order to get the same results each time. An algorithm is how we communicate with the computer. It's how we communicate that formula, those step-by-step processes with the computer, okay? In this case, I'm going to be the computer, and your job is going to give me how to make a PB&J sandwich. But let me check the time. Oh, no. Yeah. I don't know if we have time for that. Okay, we'll try a quick one, okay? So in this case, I'm going to be the computer, and you guys are going to give me, actually, I don't want to do the PB&J process. I think you guys are pretty solid on the level of detail that you need to be when giving directions. So just get down these first two bullet points here, okay? Get these first two bullet points down. Oh, dang, Alexander coming through. Hold up, we got to read this. Get 2 pieces of bread. Toast the bread in the toaster. Get wheat bread. Oh, okay. Should not have, okay. Get wheat bread should have been step number 1, right? And then toast the bread in the toaster. Cook the salami or bologna on the pan. Ooh, dang, fancy. Put the salami or bologna on the sandwich. Get the mayonnaise out of the refrigerator and open the top. Put the knife or spoon in the mayonnaise and spread it on the bread. Put the sandwich on the plate. You're done. Okay. There are some instances where this is very detailed and precise, and some instances where it's absolutely not. Okay, but it is a very good start. A very good start. Okay. All right, I'll give you guys 20 more seconds to finish writing these 2 bullet points here. Precise instructions for, okay. All right. So, hold on. Sorry. Yes, you need, stop it. You need to get this down as well. Okay, so what do algorithms need? Okay, every algorithm needs an input and then it produces an output. So you do something for the input and it has a result, right? So in this case, the output would be the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The input would be the steps or the actions that you tell me to follow, right? So the end result is the PB&J. The input is how to make the PB&J, the steps that you're telling me, the algorithm you're telling me to follow, okay? So I want you guys to get the first 2 bullet points with this underneath bullet point down here. Again, we're not going to do the PB&J because I'd rather focus on our histograms. Output is the end result, yes. Not necessarily the end result, but the end result of those instructions, right? So you input some instructions and then there's a result because of them. So the outcome, yes. Exactly, Val. Okay, I'll give you guys 20 more seconds to finish writing those, just in case you need them. All right. Oh, wait, no, going back, sorry. Okay, so now let's take a look at histograms, right? That was the next one. Yeah, sorry, histograms, not Instagram, okay? So we are going to be using algorithms to build a histogram, which means I'm going to give you a step-by-step process for building a histogram to represent the sleep dot plots that we created in our lesson 9, okay? Now a histogram shows the frequency or percent, but we're focusing on frequency, okay? A histogram shows the frequency of all the values that fall in a certain range called a bin. For example, we might choose bins that go from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. Okay, bin widths. Okay, something we should know about bin widths is that the width of the bins for a histogram should be the same. So our bin width is telling us the width of our bins. So in this situation here, where I'm going from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, my bin width is 5 because I'm going by fives here. If my bin width was 2, I would go by 2. So I would go 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8. I'm sorry, yeah, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, and so on. If my bin width was 4 or 10, if my bin width was 10, I would go 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. And those are the intervals that I'm using to count how many data values showed up in that interval for that bin. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys another minute to finish writing this. So many of you guys on Thursday, with Thursday's asynchronous assignment, where you had to draw, where you had to do the histograms, right, with the different bin widths, a lot of you guys were confused on the bin widths. It's literally just telling you how wide each of your intervals should be. And if it's a bin width of 2, then you're moving by 2s, right? If it's a bin width of 3, you're moving by 3s, and so on. That was a major confusion. So if you did your assignment on Friday, it should have helped to clear that up. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. we're going to create a histogram. I'm going to create a histogram that I want you guys to create in your notes. So you are going to be doing this in your notes, okay? We're going to go ahead and create a histogram for the hours of sleep that we got last night. So the data that I collected from you in lesson 9, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to use bin widths of 3. So our bin width is going to be 3, which means we're going from 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, and etc. We want to see what are the frequencies in each bin. So how many times does a data value fall in that bin, okay? But I want you guys to notice something, okay? Notice that we have multiples of 3, right? We have 3 appear in more than one bin. So look at this. We have a 3 here, 0 to 3, and then we have a 3 to 6. Sorry. We have a 3 to 6, and then we have a 6 to 9, right? So 6 is included in both of these. 3 is included in both of these. Which one should we include it in? Should we include the 3 in the first bin or the second bin? Should we include the 6 in the second bin or the third bin? Which bin should it be included in? Or should it be included in both of them? Okay. So for this one, you guys are answering this question, right? The value of 6 hours. Should we include them in the second bin or the third bin? Well, here's the thing, guys. You can choose which bin to include it in as long as you make that clear, right? You can choose. So there's the left-hand rule. We have 2 rules that we can choose from. We have the left-hand rule, which means we would include the values in the second bin, aka we would include the 6s in the bin to the right. Or we can have the right-hand rule where we include the values in the bin to the left, I'm sorry, to the right. So you choose which bin you want to include it in. The first bin it shows up in or the second bin it shows up in, right? That's a choice that you can make. I'm going to choose to use the left-hand rule, which means we're going to include the values in the first bin it shows up in, okay? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go to my Google, and I'm going to go to my drive here. Okay, and I'm going to open up our even. Okay, period 4, here we go. I'm actually gonna, I should have 2 sheets here. Yes, I do. All right, okay. So I'm gonna zoom out a little so I can see them all. Okay, so last night, so I'm looking at this data and this data. That's what I'm looking at here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing. The first thing I want to do is I want to make my graph. So I'm going to have my line here. Okay, and then I'll have my line here. Okay, so this is our frequency. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I didn't change it. So confusing. Oh, there she is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to draw here. So this is my frequency. Sorry for my writing. Okay. And then next I have my bins. So my bins are going to be 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9. And let's see. Oh, this goes up to 12. I have some 12s there. So I'm going to go 9 to 12. And I could have gone 12 to 15 next, right? Okay, Munya. All right. So, and I'm choosing, so this is last night's hours, and I'm going to be using the left-hand rule. okay? Which means I'm going to include this ending number in the left bin. So I'm in this bin here, I'm looking for values of 0, 1, 2, and 3. In this bin, I'll be looking for values of 4, 5, and 6. Notice how 3 is not included in that. For this bin, I'll be looking in 7, 8, and 9. Notice 6 is not included. And in this bin, it'll be 10, 11, and 12, right? So it's really only the first bin that includes that 0 that has like more than 3, okay? So now I start counting. So 0 to 3, I'm looking for however many 0 to 3s I have. So I'm gonna look to see wherever I have a 0, 1, 2, or 3 for the number of hours that people slept here. Oh, 3, 2. Okay, so I have 2 values. That means I'm gonna go up 2 spaces and shade that in. Okay, I'm gonna have 2 spaces and shade that in. All right, okay. Then I look for 4, 5s, and 6s. So I'm gonna change my color here just so we can see things. So I'm looking for 4, 5s, and 6s. Here's a 6, 6, 5, 6, 6, 5. If I missed one, let me know. 6, 6. Ooh, 6.5. We're gonna round that to a 7. So we're gonna include that in this one here. Okay, 6. Yeah. Okay. So now let's count that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it doesn't matter if it's 6s or 5s or 4s. I have 9 data values that fall in this bin. Okay, so it's going to be 3 here, 6, 9. And I'm going to draw my bin, and voila. Okay, so this is my 3 to 6 bin. Okay, then I'm going to change my color again. We can do green this time. All right, now we're looking for 7, 8s, and 9s for the 6 to 9 bin. I have 8, 7, 7, 8, 8 and 7, 7, 7, 7. 9 is included here, so 8 and 9. 9, 8, 7, 7. So all of this. 8, 7, 7, all of that. We said 6.5, we're going to count as a 7, 8, and 7. All right, let's count that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Hoo-wee, I don't know if I have the space. I don't think I have the space. Oh boy. 21. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I can make the space. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We're just going to count it as that. Bring that all the way down. Here we go. Bam. Okay. So that's 21. And obviously your frequency will be marked here, right, in your graph. Okie dokie. All right. And then we have the 9 to 12 category. So I'm going to change my color again. Here, we'll do orange. Okay, I have 10, 12, 10, 12. And nothing on this side. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so for the 9 to 12, we have 4 total. And there's my histogram, guys. There's my histogram. So instead of making a dot for every single data point, we group our data into ranges and we draw like a frequency bar to show how many of our data fell into that range. of value. Okay. I will stay on this page for a minute more. Because if I leave this page, it's gonna actually erase it. So it's not a whiteboard, right? It's annotation, so it doesn't work the same. What I could do, however, is let me do this real quick. Edit. Nope. File. Save as. Okay, we're gonna call this period 4 histogram. There we go. Save that. I can get rid of that. Exactly, Valerie. Because I'm using the left-hand rule. Yeah, because I chose to use the left-hand rule. If I had chosen to use the right-hand rule, okay, if I had chosen to use the right-hand rule, right? Here, I'll do that in red. So if I had done the right-hand rule, that means this one would have been just 0, 1, 2. And this would have been 3, 4, 5, not include 6. This one would have been 6, 7, 8, not include 9. And this last one would be 9, 10, 11, 12. And it would include 12 because there's no other one after that. So it's all about the rule that you use, right? Or you could name your intervals a little differently. So if you don't want to worry about the left-hand rule or the right-hand rule, excuse me, you could make your intervals, like let's say this was 0 to 3, you could make this interval 4 to 6, and this one 7 to 9, and this one 10 to 12. So you're even more clearly defining your intervals. But if you are using your intervals in a way where you're using the number that you previously ended at, you have to figure out which rule that you're going to go by. Okay, left or right. Okay. All right, everyone good with this?
Yes.
Okay. On the difference between, okay, so again, you have your left-hand rule. That means essentially your left-hand rule means you're including the number in the left column. So if I have intervals, right? 0 to, let's say it's 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, right? Let's say these are my bins. The left-hand rule means that I'm including the 2, right? Whatever number is being repeated, I'm including it in the from the 2 here, I'm including it in the left bin. Okay, the 4 is included in the left bin. The 6 is included in the left bin. Now, if I had the same interval, same bins, right? But I was using the right-hand rule. That means I'm including the 2 in the right bin, the 4 in the right bin, the 6 in the right bin. So from your 2 intervals where the number is being repeated, you're including it in the right bin. Right as in left, right, right? Not right as in correct. Does that make sense? Does that help? Okay. All right. Okay, so going back to our PowerPoint here, okay? So that was our histogram. Okay, I'm actually gonna end class here. So You are to continue collecting nutritional fact data using your food habits participatory sensing campaign on your smartphones and your web browsers. I have already input the 3 weeks of data homework for your collection, and a lot of you guys got zeros on them. A lot of you guys got zeros based on your entries, okay? So I would really watch that. And that's not something you can make up, okay? Because I'm keeping track. That's not something you can make up. So you guys need to really work on your data collection for your snacks. It's the more you collect, the better our data evaluations and our data analysis are going to be. All right. Okay, guys, you are dismissed. Go enjoy your lunch. Okay, I have tutoring on Thursday if you have any issues to discuss. All right.
Have a good day, Miss K. Be safe.
Thank you. You too, Dario. Please be safe.
I will. Thank you.